My name is Bethany Egan. I am currently studying English Education and Spanish at Colorado State University. I have created a lesson plan that combines both technology and art to encourage the in-depth study of literature. This lesson fulfills the Colorado Department of Education Standard 2 for 10th grade reading, writing, and communicating. This standard states that prepared graduates will be able to read a wide range of literature, American and world literature, to understand important universal themes and the human experience. It also elaborates on the inquiry question, how can multiple events in someone's life carry a particular theme? Additionally, my lesson addresses the NETS technology standards for teachers by modeling digital age work and learning through communicating relevant information and ideas effectively to students, parents, and peers using a variety of digital age media and formats. Also, as per the CDE standards, by the end of this unit, every student will be able to compare and contrast the effects of literary and historical influences on the meaning of traditional and contemporary literary texts, generating at least 5 facets for each comparison, using various written and visual arguments. CDE Evidence Outcome C for Standard 2 states that students will be able to analyze the representation of a subject in 2 different artistic mediums. Therefore, by the end of this lesson, every student will be able to design a poster using postermywall.com that displays one main theme of the novel Walk 2 Moons by Sharon Creech through the use of at least 5 distinct visual elements related to the culture of the novel. This activity will take place after reading the novel and conducting an introductory class discussion of the themes. For my anticipatory set, I will draw objects on the board that represent the environment that I grew up in. I might include a backyard playground, a book from the library, toy cars, which represent my younger brother, or Disney's Beauty and the Beast movie. I will then ask students what they can infer about the culture of my growing up environment from these cultural symbols. I will explain that an important part of understanding a text is understanding the culture in which it is set. One of the ways we can identify cultural characteristics is by analyzing concrete objects. This allows us to evaluate one form of communication, literature, using another form, visual objects or art. Themes, or main ideas of a text, often make most sense when we understand the cultural context. I will project my finished collage onto the smartboard, and we will discuss as a class why each item that I included on my collage is or is not relevant to the cultural environment of the novel's main character. We will answer inquiries based on the levels of Bloom's taxonomy, such as, how would you define a cultural collage? What are your own cultural symbols? Which symbols relate to relationships, and which are simply materialistic? Can all these symbols be summarized into one main idea? I will also project my rubric for the students to see. I will explain how each category on the rubric, which are symbols, words and phrases, concept of culture, and presentation, is met by my collage. This rubric will evaluate the students' abilities to creatively manipulate technology, their ability to analyze literature using different modes, and their ability to apply higher-level thinking skills. For guided practice, students will choose a partner sitting near them and work together to compile a list of possible cultural symbols for the main character. Each student will write his or her own list, even though they are working together. I will be available to offer suggestions, clarify confusions, and monitor the level of work. Students will then each go to a computer and pull up postermywall.com. It's not even necessary to create an account. They will use their cooperatively constructed lists as brainstorming banks from which to draw ideas. They will then each individually create a culture collage using words and images that demonstrate the cultural environment of the protagonist of Walk 2 Moons. To modify this lesson, students may be allowed to continue to work in pairs for additional support, though they must each turn in an individual collage. To extend this lesson, a student may be asked to portray a unified theme in the center of the collage using one overarching image. Each student will print out and project his or her collage during the next class period, and I will fill out the attached rubric as each presents. This assessment will provide feedback for me about how to continue and deepen our class investigation of the text in the days to come. In the novel Walk Two Moons, a teacher asks his students to each draw a picture of their own soul in about a minute. The drawings produced were symbolically fascinating. In essence, this is what my lesson requires of students. They get to experiment with visually representing important universal themes and the human experience in multiple forms that can be assessed and tailored to foster future growth.